Yeah, Amorim there speaking after the game, Jace. Obviously, it's a big win. It's a win that they needed.
It's a big win, mate.
They get themselves up to 7th now in the table.
Yeah. Take any win, mate. Take any win.
It looks like a tournament that he could win, like in his first season, doesn't it?
Look, it's Manchester United. Okay, the badge will scare teams. Historically, they're the best side in it, right? But it's not the Manchester United historically, so he has got to try and cultivate that. Rashford getting taken off again.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
it's a real strange one because he's come in and I thought he's going to get something out of Rashford. And he scored 3 goals.
I just wonder whether... But I've said this before. There's something about Rashford's personality at the minute. There's something... It doesn't look happy boy.
I don't think Amorim looks at him and thinks he's going to run for a brick wall for me.
But you know what? Amorim's got no dog in the fight for anyone. It's like, you play for me, I'll play you.
Yeah.
You don't fight for me, you can go. He doesn't owe Rashford anything.
No.
You got to work, you got to fight. He makes a lot of changes, I've noticed, Amorim.
I think he's still trying to figure out what his team is.
Ahmed is brilliant.
Diallo.
Yeah.
Really good player.
Yeah, that boy there is flourishing.
Yeah, I know.
Flourishing. He's got a lot. Wherever you play him on the right or whether you play him down the middle, the boy's a super talent.
But let's go to Jack, who's a Man United fan. All right, Jack.
All right, Jack.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right, Jack. You?
Yeah, I just want to... Is Matt all right? Is anyone seen Matt?
I know.
Oh, no.
He's not an happy boy, is he?
No, he's having one, wasn't he? At least you try and put a positive spin on it.
Tried. Jack, let's talk about your team, though. Another team that's, been in the mud in the Europa League, but you've pulled yourselves back and you're kind of back, really, amongst the top teams.
Glory days are coming back, Jamie. Matter of time, isn't it?
Don't know. It's been long enough.
Yeah, it's all part of the process.
I think Jack's joking. But yeah, no, good win tonight, Jack.
Yeah, I thought Hojlund was decent tonight. Obviously, he's still a young lad. He's getting a lot of stick. He burst onto the scene. Everyone was saying he's the next best thing, and then he had a few injuries, a few niggles, bit of turmoil at the club. You're probably seeing a better side of him now at the moment. There's confidence.
Well, I mean, me and Cundy have always said it about Hojlund. We've always said there's a player in there. There's something about him. You look at him and go, yes, there is a player there. And it was just about finding a manager who's going to get that out of him. It wasn't Ten Hag. That weren't happening. But it looks like this manager might get the best out of him. I'm surprised at the Rashford, though, one. Again, he's been took off tonight. Now, there's obviously been reports of him maybe leaving. I thought this manager would have really tried and get behind Marcus Rashford and get the best out of him, but don't know if that's going to be the case.
No, I think that ship sailed with Rashford, to be fair. It's like, you see some of his behaviours, you can understand why the United fans are a bit disgruntled at the moment, because you see him flying around the world when, he should be training. I suppose and the real difference is when you see Ronaldo front row of a Saudi boxing event, he's Ronaldo, he's the GOAT. He can do that, but Rashford hasn't had a decent 18 months, and it's one of those things, do your day job first and then go and swan around the world and be pictured doing those, fancy things.
Get it. I get it. I don't know. What do you think?
Amorim's got a massive job on his hands. It's a huge ship to turn around. That's massive, and he ain't going to do it overnight. I think it's probably going to get worse before it gets better for United. But if he can get a tune out of Hojlund like he did Gyökeres and turn him into that type of player, and tonight there's evidence to suggest he's 21. By the way, Hojlund, can we just get that right? He's 21 years of age. Physically, he's a specimen. I like his hold up play with his back to goal.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot about his game that can improve, but there's a lot about his game I like.
No, I like him. Man.
I think what he's got to do, Amorim, is eventually nail down who his best 11 is in the shape he's got. Yeah. Because he's messing around with that team a lot. There's a lot of changes almost every single game. He has got to eventually work out what's my best 3-4-3, who are the best players in it, and you've got to get the best out of Bruno. There was a couple of passes Bruno made tonight which were breathtaking, splitting defences.
Well, he's played him centre mid, and that's just one that I just... he's got to turn him into a centre midfield player.
I think he's got that in him if he can be higher up the pitch. He's got to be in the final.
You've got to have real legs around him.
That's, again, is he going to work in there with, Mainu? Mainu's a ball-playing midfielder.
He is, yeah.
Casemiro ain't got the legs in there. How do you square that?
I think that's the problem they're going to have, finding that midfielder who can actually do that job.
Garce, is he the one that's going to be? Again, I don't know.
I'll tell you who they need.
Go on.
They need Roy Keane.
Everyone needs Roy Keane.
I know, but like, if you had Roy Keane in that midfield now, you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Bruno can just drift around. Because Roy Keane in there now would just be like, just controlling everything.
The problem you've got with a 3-4-3, it is so rigid.
Yeah.
So you've got to have the width from the wing backs, right? Or who plays midfield. That's where your width is. The three ain't going to move. So what does the two wide men do that start? Garnacho, is he really going to be good enough? Rashford, he has to start on the left. Where'd you start Garnacho? Anthony come off the bench today. He's like £80 million worth of player coming off the bench.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because actually, where's his best position? Well, he ain't a 9 for me. He's one that plays off for centre forward. In that system, you can't find a place for him. There's a lot of work at United, by the way.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
Yeah, it's going to take time. I like him though, Amorim. I think he is the real deal. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. But they're looking good in Europa League, that's for sure. We've got a Chelsea fan who was out in Kazakhstan for the win over Astana tonight. Lucy Oliver, Chelsea fan, works on the Straight Outta Cobham podcast, and she's calling us from Kazakhstan right now. Right, Luce?
Hey, Lucy.
Evening, gents. You all right?
I'm good, Luce. That must be a long old trip.
Very long indeed. 14 hours, 3 different planes, but we made it, and what an absolutely incredible experience. Fantastic night. A very cold night, but an experience that Chelsea fans will never, ever forget, I don't think.
Lucy, I've done the comms for Chelsea TV, right? And the pitch looked like it was freezing up as the game went on. You saw ice come off. What was it like there for the players? How treacherous was it?
Yeah, the conditions were pretty mad. We checked the temperature towards the end of the game. It was -8, but feels like -12. It was absolutely Arctic. I've never experienced anything like it before, but the players handled it really well, really professionally. But as you say, the pitch was pretty dicey, so lucky to not come out with any injuries. But yeah, Chelsea.
Is that why it was R3?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the pitch would just start to freeze up. I think. Luce, I have to say that on social media, I follow you on Twitter. There was a couple of fans that posted tweets with fans that have made the journey because of where it was located near the equator. They're all over the world. What other fans did you meet out there from Chelsea?
Oh, yeah, it's been incredible. We've met Russians, Belgians, Uzbekistanians. We've met tons of Kazakhstani fans who absolutely are obsessed with Chelsea. And our favourites were a group of 55 fans who have come in all the way from Mongolia. They informed us they are Chelsea mad over there. They've taken 4 days by plane, by bus, to get to this game just to see their beloved Chelsea. It was the most uplifting experience I've ever encountered in terms of a fan. It was
Chelsea
very
the best fans.
Honestly, do me a favour, Luce. Fans everywhere.
Best thing, I have to tell you,
terrible fans. You've got the worst fan base in the Premier League.
The Chelsea Ultras have got it right.
The
over
Chelsea
there
Ultras.
The most impressive song all night was, guess what? Tottenham get battered everywhere they go.
And that is how embarrassing Chelsea are. The only song that you've got is about Tottenham.
No, but Lucy, I can only imagine
what sums you lot up.
The Mongolians.
You see them Rangers fans tonight at Ibrox, proper fans. These Chelsea fans. Oh, you're coming from Mongolia.
Lucy,
coming from here, coming from there. No one cares about Chelsea.
Lucy, when do you eventually get on the plane to come home, or the planes to come home?
Well, it's 3:57 in the morning here. I am up in 2 hours for a flight home, a direct flight all the way home. So can't complain about that. But yes, long night here.
Do you know what? Well done, Luce. Well done. How many Chelsea fans travel from England?
So there was officially 450 fans from England, which was brilliant. Got to meet them all this morning, and the club gave a great memento to all the fans, a little keychain that said Overland and Sea. I think it was 3,800 or so miles. So that will be a souvenir that they will treasure.
Do you know what this, Lucy? You probably know this. This is the furthest ever competition game Chelsea have ever played. Furthest ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
We were speaking to fans who've made the trip to Tromsø all those years ago, the Arctic Circle, and this is kind of that ilk. So people like
up the Chelsea.
And he's played a team that you didn't even know who the players were.
Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.
Didn't even know half of them. Cundy didn't even read who they were.
No, I did. Yeah,
I looked up. No. Was like, who's this? Who's he?
I done homework. 2.5 hours it took me to do homework on their team.
I bet you did.
No, yeah, I've got my notes.
Lying.
Got my notes.
Luce, enjoy yourself.
Lucy, safe journey. You take care.
It's a long way to go.
Thanks, Luce.
Up the Chelsea.
Mate, do you know what, right? You've got no idea. Do you know there were Chelsea fans flying into China to get there?
Where's Kazakhstan? Where is it? Why is it so far away?
Mate, it's not. I mean, it's in Europe. It has to be because
Well, obviously they're playing in the Europa Conference League. You idiot.
No, but it's not in Europe. It's not in Europe.
Well,
it's in Europe only because UEFA said, "Yeah, come on, we'll have you. Come on, in you come." But it's not in Europe.
what do you mean?
They don't use the euro. They don't use. It's in Kazakhstan.
Feels
Mate,
a long way
mate,
away.
it's closer to India than it is Paris.
It's a long way.
Mate, it's miles away, mate.
It's a long way. It's -8.
Yes, yeah. 14 hours to get there.
Really?
That's what Lucy just said.
It is a trek and a half.
Trains, planes and automobiles, that one, mate.
Yeah. Fair play to the people that went. All 4 of yous.
No, oi,
Was
don't
it
you
4?
knock that,
You
mate.
said 4, didn't you?
Mate, it was
Or 40?
Mate, 400
Was
and
it
something.
40 or
400 and something, right? Right.
So basically your whole fan base went out there.
Oh, look at
Sold out.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.